Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. So it is a new year. It is my first video. 10,000 years later, I finally decided to upload a YouTube video. I know guys, I'm trash. I am so sorry. But on the brighter side of life, thank you so much. Thank you for 50k subscribers. I really do appreciate it. I didn't think my YouTube career would take off so quickly and would do so well as a South African YouTuber. The fact that we're still breaking into the market, and I'm fortunate enough to have 51,000 people who feel like they should subscribe to my channel, who wanted to subscribe to my channel, and I have so many supportive people. I mean, during my break I had DMs and tweets from people like, when are you uploading a video, where are you, we miss you. So you guys are honestly really amazing. You guys are supportive, and I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much, and I will never keep you guys waiting this long again unless I'm dying. So yeah, thank you. I asked on my story about 2 weeks ago or a week ago what you guys want to see first on my channel in 2018, and a lot of people requested a vlog, a lot of people requested a Q&A, and a lot of people requested an updated skincare routine / morning routine. And since I have not done a Q&A ever in my YouTube career, I felt like that would be the perfect first video. So if you guys are keen, keep on watching. Wait, before I go any further, I got these curls from Sharon, Inches by Sharon. I'll leave all her details down below. This is a wig that she made me, and the hair is also hers. It's really good quality. I love her hair. So the first question is from Akona is Gubani Istugo Sako and Istugo Sam Gumafagu. Second, okay, this is not a question. This is from Von. I don't know how to pronounce her name, and I'm actually subscribed to her channel. I feel so bad. It's VONGAI Mapo. She's like, no questions, you're beautiful, thank you so much. The African Queen essay is asking, what is your favorite thing about your life? I think my favorite thing about my life right now is the fact that I am doing what I love. Being on YouTube has always been a dream of mine. I've always wanted to have a YouTube channel, and the fact that I'm on YouTube and I have a successful channel and I have such amazing supporters is definitely my favorite thing about my life right now. It's something that I really do love, cherish, and I'm so grateful for. So yeah, that's my favorite thing about my life. Entle Kumalo is asking, how have you grown your brand so tremendously over the years? I know a lot of people ask me this, and I'm like, it was not planned. And I know it sounds like they're probably like, oh, she's being stingy with information, she doesn't want to tell us how she did it. But honestly guys, I just joined Instagram. I started posting. I joined Instagram December 2014. I didn't really know how to do makeup properly then, so the main focus on my feed was like how I put together my outfits, like how I dress up and all those things. And I started growing followers, like people started following me, followership really started growing. And I got to a point where I started a YouTube channel, and the first video I uploaded was the L'Oreal Infallible Foundation Routine, and L'Oreal called me. And I think from there, that's when, as a brand, things started to grow. That's when I sort of had to, know what I want to do. And I think a lot of people in my life really helped me with that, because the one thing I'll tell you is that you can get lost and not really know what you want to do and want to do everything and take every single opportunity. And that's a bit of advice I can give you. If you want to start a YouTube channel, or if you want to go into the content creating space, you need to know what you're going to do. You don't want to be a lost content creator. I know the core base of my content is beauty, and if I want to work with fashion brands, I can, because a lot of you guys ask me about how I put my outfits together, how I do this, so that's fine. And then maybe if I want to do a bit of travel, that's also great. But you need to know the core of what you want to do, and I think a lot of people really helped me stay rooted in my core, stay true to myself. So that's sort of helped my brand grow, is knowing what I want and sort of seeing the goal. And I've always been someone who sort of takes everything as it comes when it comes to my brand. Like, okay, this year I don't really have any goals. I'm just going to take whatever opportunities come at me. But I think what really helped me is identifying which brands that I really wanted to align myself with. Like, for example, working with MAC was one of my dreams. I loved MAC for the longest time. When MAC started working with me, I was really happy. Yeah, I think just knowing what you want and working towards it. Working towards is very important. Putting the work in, getting the correct equipment if you have to, because that's another thing brands really do pay attention to. They want to invest in someone who they can see is serious about their craft. So it's just those type of things. And once they can see that your content is good, you have quite a good audience reach, you are yourself, because that's another thing they pay attention to. They want they want you for a reason. So if you are trying to act like someone else, that's not gonna work for you. So you need to be yourself. So I think that's really helped me grow my brand. I don't really have a specific guide, as in like, okay, I did this and then I did that. I was fortunate enough to get a very supportive audience, and I think that really helped. That really played a very big role in me growing into the person that I am. Like, you guys have really, really, really helped me. So yeah. How do you advise one on starting their own brand, or rather, how did you start being your own brand? More or less the same question, but my advice to you is basically know what you want to do, know which spaces you want to be in, know which brands you want to be aligned in, which actually really goes hand in hand with knowing what you want to do. And from there onwards, hopefully things will just fall into place. If you feel like you're not really getting the correct brands knocking at your door, don't be afraid to write up a proposal and send it out. You don't have to wait for people to approach you. And I think it also really is important to be able to send out your proposals instead of waiting for work, because how long will you wait? And not everyone's fortunate enough to have a brand approach them first. Like, some people have to send a proposal, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Where do you draw your level of focus from, given how young you are? Shoo, where do I draw my level of focus on? I feel like I've always been an independent person. In junior school, I used to do like random things to make money. Like, I used to sell jewelry. I don't remember what else I used to do, but I always used to find ways to make money, because I loved money. I always wanted to have my own money, and I didn't want to be asking my parents for money. And then high school, I went to boarding school, and yeah, that was like, there wasn't really much to do in high school because I lived at school and whatnot. But when I came to varsity, my gran is like my guardian / my mom. My mom and I are very close. We have a very good relationship, but she's like my big sister. My gran did raise me when I was young, because my mom had me quite a young age. She was still studying when she had me. So my gran my mom put me through school, and then she had financial issues when I was in high school. So my gran sort of took over from there, and she also put me through the rest of my high school, put me through varsity. And I just wanted to take the financial strain. Not that it was a strain on her. She never had a problem with putting me through school, because she's very well off. But I didn't want to now be like, okay, she's paying money for my varsity, and now I'm asking her for 3,000 rand for hair. So that's when I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start offering my services as a makeup artist. And okay, I got bookings here, whatever, and then I started working with brands and and basically what's really always pushed me is wanting my hunger for being independent. And when I want something, I want it, and I never want to feel like other people must suffer for what I want. Now I must be putting my parents under pressure because I want this. Rather, I work for it and I get it myself. So that's what's always pushed me. And in terms of staying focused, I think it's just the fact that I know that I want bigger things. So the fact that right now I'm at a good place in my career, the only way is to go up, because you need to put work in order to get good things out, right? If you went to MUA, what would you be doing? Firstly, I'm not a full-time makeup artist. I think that's something that people really do confuse. I did study makeup at Lysoft, but right now I'm studying strategic brand communications at Vega. I'm doing a BA. If I was not a makeup artist, or if I was not within the beauty space, I would probably be a dentist. I am obsessed with oral hygiene. I love teeth. I just find it very fascinating. I'd probably be a dentist, or at some point I really wanted to be a doctor, but I think that was mainly influenced by my dad, because he was a surgeon. He was a doctor. Yeah. I don't know what else I would be doing. What were your highlights for 2017, and what do you want to achieve in 2018? I think my highlights for 2017 was working with, building really good brand relationships, like the brands that I worked with. What else was a highlight? I think moving into my own apartment, that was definitely a highlight for 2017. I don't know what else. I don't know. I have such a terrible memory. What else was a highlight in 2017? But yeah, man, the whole year was I definitely don't have any complaints, besides some emotional battles that I was going through. But besides that, career-wise, everything was good. Academically at school, it was great. So 2017 was a good year. 2018, what do I want to achieve? I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing in terms of producing content, but I definitely would love to grow my brand into the international sphere, because I would love to collaborate with a makeup brand and go overseas for a campaign or do something of that sort. I was meant to shoot a campaign with another brand in Australia, but something didn't go right and we tried twice and something went wrong both times. But I guess it just wasn't my time then. But this year I'm really hoping for something like that because I just want to grow, you know. I Love Milkshake said, "You're gorgeous." Thank you. Lelo Mine said, "Are you pure Xhosa or are you mixed with another tribe?" I am Xhosa, but my dad's side, they are colored and Xhosa and Caucasian, so I am mixed with colored, but I just say I am Xhosa. I'm Xhosa, guys. Like, I was raised in a Xhosa home. I'm a full-on Xhosa girl. I am crazy. Who do you stalk the most on Instagram? Who do I stalk the most? I'm on Explore a lot. I'm on the Explore page a lot. I don't have a person that I go onto their profile every single day, but I am on Explore a lot because I find really cute fashion bloggers from overseas on Explore that don't really have like hundreds of thousands of followers. They have a few followers, but they dress very well. So I love seeing, you know, their outfits or where they shop like online. Those really nice pages with quotes, like motivational quotes or Christian quotes. So yeah, I'm always on Explore. Beyonce or Solange in terms of music? I've always been a Beyonce fan over Solange, but Solange's album, what is it called again? Joe McClone album is definitely made me fall in love with her more. Igno Bomb asked Rihanna or Kendall Jenner in terms of fashion. Rihanna. I love Rihanna. I think I just love everything Rihanna. She's beautiful. She's like the perfect woman in my opinion. So I'm gonna pick her because I'm biased. I do think Kendall's fashion is more of my style though, in terms of like everyday simple wear, because she's not like a very over-the-top person. Rihanna can be very over-the-top sometimes, and I mean it makes sense because she's an artist, but there's some things that Rihanna wears that look great on her but I wouldn't wear them. But since I like Riri, I'll go for Riri. What's the best compliment you've ever received? I think anyone who compliments my smile is the best compliment I've ever received. Yeah, I like being told that I have a beautiful smile because I also like my smile. So I like it when people recognize that I have a beautiful smile. What steps did you take in making your dreams a reality, and what are some of the challenges you faced, if any? I think the challenges I've faced within this content creating space is being taken advantage of by brands. You need to have a backbone in this industry. You need to be able to say no. You need to be able to say no just to protect your brand and to protect your brand image and yourself. So I think that's very, very important, is to stay grounded and be firm and be able to say no. And that's something that I've definitely learned on this journey. What's your go-to highlighter? Oh, the Bobbi Brown Bronze Glow. I love it. I love that highlighter. How did you start your brand? And I need some advice. You can inbox me, please. Girl, I'm making a video, so you can watch this video, Ivy. How did you start your brand? I basically started putting up content. I grew a large audience, but I basically spoke about this. I started a YouTube channel, and that's how my brand grew, and that's how I grew my brand within the space that I want to be in. How have you managed to stay humble and focused in your career? And also, we all know that you are a lady with style and class. Where do you get your inspiration for fashion from? How have you managed to stay humble and focused in your career? In terms of staying humble and focused, I think it's just me knowing where I want to go and where I want to be. So the focus will always be there when you have a clear vision. In terms of staying humble, I don't know. Maybe it's the way I was raised, which basically means that you must never look down on people, like put yourself on a certain standard and then look down on people. I was raised in a home where you have to respect the help. You have to give the exact same respect you have for your mother to your helper, to the person who's working in the garden, to the person who's driving you to school, to the teacher in your classroom. That's just the home I was raised in. So I guess I owe that to my gram. Thank you, Makulu, and to my aunt and to my mom. So in terms of where I draw my style and inspiration, I think Kourtney Kardashian. Kourtney Kardashian is a style icon, but she's a very underrated style icon. She's probably one of the best dressed Kardashians. Like, she knows how to put an outfit together. Oh, I think also Shirley B and Yang. I love her minimalist style. Love that. How do you go about following your passion, whether being makeup or a singer, when you've already got a career choice based on what you studied for in varsity, but you're not really into it? I think the most important thing is for you to actually take action, and as soon as you take action, everything will, then you'll sort of get guidance as to what's the next what the next step is, what you need to do next, who you need to speak to next, who you need to associate yourself with, and all these things. So just take action, take that first step that needs to be taken in order to follow your dreams. Ignobomb has a lot of questions. What is your favorite pair of shoes in your closet, and heels or flats? I am a good mix between heels and flats. In terms of the favorite favorite pair of shoes in my closet, it has to be my suede black Christian Louboutins. Oh my god, I love. They are not the most comfortable pair of shoes I own. They are very uncomfortable. It's the Socates, so they are 120 millimeters high, but they are the sexiest. Like, wow, a shoe that just, your foot just has a shape. Oh my god, I'm so obsessed with them. I love them. I love that shoe. I love it. What tips do you give to your first year students, both academically and financially? I actually wanted to make a video about this. Someone requested that I make a video about moving out, first time moving into your own place or into res or whatever, in terms of academically and financially. So I'll probably make a video about this. But I think my tips is academically. The thing about varsity is you need to be focused. You sort of need to be very disciplined as well, and you need to take responsibility for your actions, because you will be held accountable for every single thing that you do. No one's going to be chasing you for homework. No one's going to be chasing you for assignments. If you don't submit, you get 0. If you don't write a test, okay, where I study, if you give them a valid reason, like if you get into but you have to have proof. Obviously, if you get sick, you need a doctor's note. If you get into a car accident, you need which I don't affidavit or something, but you need some sort of document to prove that what was wrong with you. Otherwise, you don't get to rewrite the test, and then you get 0. So in terms of academics, you really need to be disciplined. You need to remind yourself why you're at varsity. Be disciplined in terms of how you spend your money, especially if you don't have other sources of income besides your parents. If your parents give you 3,000 rand a month, then you need to be strict with that 3,000 rand in order to be able to survive the whole month. And that's something that I really battled with when I came to varsity, because I am a spender. I am such a spender, you guys. Like, I remember times where I would go shopping and I would literally empty out my bank account. Like, I'd be left with like 10 rand in my account. Yeah, that's how hectic I was. So you just need to be able to remember that you need to feed yourself. You need to have transport to school. If you are not living at res, that's walking distance, and you need money for data, or just get the important things first. And then if you do have that 500 rand that's left to spend on whatever, or to go out with your friends, then that's perfectly fine. Long hair or short hair, it depends. I love bobs, and I also love long straight hair, and I love bobs. So I love both. I don't like short hair, like short natural hair. I don't like it on me at all. So I think if you ask me in terms of natural hair, I definitely do prefer long hair. Tight fitting clothes or loose fitting clothes? Ooh, I love being comfortable. I prefer loose fitting clothes, but there are situations where you obviously have to wear your jeans or your tight fitting clothes. But in general, comfort is key for me. What are some of the lessons you have learned from being in a long-term relationship? Olwet was asking this. What have I learned? Yo, guys, relationships are a lot of work. Relationships are a lot of work from both parties. I've learned that effort needs to come from both ends in order to have a successful relationship. I've learned that communication is key. Communication is so important. Transparency is also important. You can't keep things from your partner and expect them to know or understand. Like, if you're feeling a certain way, if you are unhappy with something, if you're stressed by something, at the end of the day, that will have an effect on your relationship. And if you're going to keep quiet about it, then your relationship is going to fall apart. And the person who's your partner won't understand why it's falling apart, because you're unhappy about something but you're not communicating to them. And I've also learned to love unconditionally. That's something you'll learn when you're in a relationship for a very long time. If you are in an extremely serious relationship where you see a future with this person, or where this person sees a future with you, you will learn to love unconditionally. Because at the end of the day, you can't choose how you want to love someone. You need to take that person and love them for who they are. So that's definitely something I've learned. Where do you get your pants tailored? There's a guy in Randburg, literally right opposite Randburg Square. There's a bed shop. It's called Majida Tailors. Oh, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but yeah. What is the first time I got my heart broken testimony? Because we all definitely endure that as women. When was the first time that you realized that some men are really trash? Angie Ngumalo is asking this question. Woo! Wow, actually, the first time I realized that men are trash is when I was with someone. You know, when someone sells you like a completely different image. Like, you meet a guy and you're like, oh my gosh, this man is perfect, and Uputi, like, he just shows you a completely different side and he drags you through filth. Like, wow, guys, ati, you are like the best. You know, when someone says something and their actions are completely different, basically that literally just sums it up. Anyway, where did you purchase those wide leg pants in this picture? I got those from Blue Chic SA. Can you swim? Yes, I can. She's Lisha is asking, how did you become a boss chick? Lol, I'm not. A lot of us are scared to take similar steps. How did you get over the fear? What kind of people did you associate yourself with to get to where you are now? I'm gonna assume that you say asking me how did I get my career off the ground, because I definitely don't see myself as a boss chick. No, I don't think I'm there yet. I don't think I'm close to being there yet. So I really do appreciate that you think I am one, but I am not there yet. Honestly, guys, my partner helped me a whole lot in terms of realizing my potential. The person that I used to be, the whole relaxed, I'm a student, taking it easy kind of girl, is definitely not the person I am now, and that's all because of him. Yeah, so I think that really, really, really pushed me, and that's where I actually started realizing my potential. Until this day, he'll always be like to me, you don't need to work with them. You're way better than that. I think you just really need to associate yourself with people who want the best for you. And I think also in friend groups, that's really, really important. Like, I met a girl who literally, we'll go out for lunch and we'll start talking about ways that we can make money. So that's something that you really, really need to get into the habit of with your friends as well, not just with a boyfriend. Like, you don't need to have a boyfriend for that. You can speak about this with your friends and be like, okay guys, what are your guys' goals for 2018? Where do you guys see yourself? What steps are you going to take in order to do that? And just constantly remind each other that this is what you want to do. I think when my partner realized that this girl loves makeup, he was like, why don't you do something about it? How long are you going to wait? You know? So he definitely did push me. He really did push me in that space. Even though you said you are not exercising as much, what tips diet-wise and gym-wise can you give us who are also trying to be snatched? Love you. Thank you, Questa Cass. I honestly don't believe in diets. I just believe in having my vegetables every single day, having that piece of meat or fish or whatever for different proteins and nutrients, drinking a lot of water. I really do swear by that. Fruit is very, very important to me as well. So just pay attention to those key things that you need in your diet in order to function and to have a healthy body. And then in terms of exercising, I enjoy weights more than I do cardio. I'm really not a cardio person. I don't like cardio, but I think cardio is important. So whenever I do go to the gym, I do like 15 to 20 minutes of cardio, be it cycling, jogging, what's that other machine where you're running and the arms are also moving? Yeah, I don't know what it's called. And then I do a lot of weights because I am obsessed with wanting to tone my body. Yeah, so those are the only tips. And I think with gym, it's something that you need to break into. It really won't be, it's not a thing where you can go once and think you'll be into it. No, it is a process, and it's also a lifestyle. Like, just being healthy and exercising is a lifestyle, and it's something that you just need to ease yourself into. Even if you start off by going to the gym for 30 minutes, you don't have to be there for an hour like everyone else. You can start by going for 30 minutes, going on the treadmill for 10 minutes, cycling for 10 minutes, and then doing 60 squats, and then going home. And then gradually work into it and add more time. Okay, this week I'm going for 45 minutes, and then you're going for an hour. You know what I'm saying? So just be easy on yourself. Don't be too hard, because you're going to end up hating it and then you're not going to want to go back. How do you deal with clients with sensitive eyes when applying makeup to get that glam look with minimal smudging and with the false eyelashes in place? Sandy so asked this question. I basically just take it really slow. I think when you're doing someone else's face, you can't expect to apply eyeliner as quickly as you would apply yours. And also just do things like tell your client, like, if you're putting on eyeliner and you're going to start from this side, or if you're smudging the side of the eye, you must tell them to look up and in that direction, because if they're looking straight at the brush, then they're going to want to blink and their eyes are going to water. So it's just basically communication and taking things easy. Igno Bam asked, are there any beauty bloggers you aspire to become like? Do you still wear your tongue ring? I don't wear my tongue ring anymore. I misplaced it. I don't know where it is. I do miss it, but I don't wear it. Also because people make such unnecessary remarks about it. So yeah. Are there any beauty bloggers you aspire to become like? I think in terms of technique, I really love what is her name? Tina Halada's videos. Her makeup tutorials are proper, her eyeshadows always proper, super duper pigmented, her blending skills are on fleek. And in terms of brand wise, I think Shayla is doing extremely well for herself. Makeup Shayla, she has worked with amazing brands and she's collaborated. That's one of my dreams, is to collaborate and have my name on Tarte. Like, well, not my name, but I'm just saying like what she's done. Like, she created a whole palette with Tarte. She's worked with Maybelline and all that stuff. Like, even Alyssa Ashley's doing very well for herself. She just recently collaborated with what is this, Elf, and they created a lip gloss. So those are just the type of things that I definitely do see myself doing in the future. So that's very inspiring. At what age are you planning to start a family? Questions. I will start a family when I'm married. Jay Buddy is asking, how have the people in your life adjusted to your success, more especially your friends or people who knew you before your brand took off? Can you share your stories of how you've kept your friendships going or cut them off? Thanks. Okay, I've made very good friends with people who are sort of in the same state of mind as me, like people who want to be successful. Although some people's careers haven't really taken off, I think since we all have the same mindset, or we're all working towards the same thing, it's very easy for us to stay friends and have things in common to speak about. And I think with some people, they're still very young mentally, so you know, obviously we all have those friends. We all have friends who are still very like taking things easy, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You definitely do need a good balance between both, as long as you still have your friends who you guys can have serious conversation with and you guys can motivate each other with, and you guys can motivate each other, and that's what I really do appreciate about my friends. And in terms of cutting people off, there's very few people that I had to cut off, but it has nothing to do with my career or like anything of that sort. It just simply had to do with petty, stupid things like talking about people and them talking about you when you're not there, but acting a certain way when you're there. So I was just like, nah, I don't need all of that. And you never have to announce when you're cutting people off. You just become distant, because at the end of the day, you don't need to be around anyone who you don't want to be around. You don't need to associate with people that you don't want to be associated with. And I don't have time for that fake bullshit. I don't have time for it. Nope. If I don't want to be around you, if I don't feel comfortable around you, then I just don't be there. And how do people in your life adjust to your success, or how do they, like, some people in my family don't really understand what I'm doing, or they don't take it seriously. My mom is very happy for me. My mom is so supportive, guys. I have the best mom ever. Like, my mom is the type of mom where I could be like, I want to sell oranges, I want to brand my oranges mihlali in and I want to sell them, and she'd be like, go for it, good idea, do it, angel. Like I love my mom. She is the most supportive person ever. She is such a gem. And my friends are also extremely supportive. I have very few friends. I think the word friend is a bit broad, because there's certain people that you can go out like clubbing with and they're your friends, but they're not really the same people that you would go talk about a business proposal. They may not be the same people that you'd go for advice. Okay, all the way to Jay is like, how do you deal with friends who don't put add much effort into your friendship? Should you leave them or confront them, and what if they don't change? I feel like sometimes I'm that friend who does not put much effort into the friendship. Guys, I can be such, you know what, I'm that type of person who I feel like we have commitments. Some people have work commitments, some people have school commitments. So I'm not a needy friend. Like, you don't need to call me every day, you don't need to text me every day, you don't need to check up on me every single day. When we do check up on each other, when we do decide to have a girls' lunch, when we do decide to hang out, it's still gonna be like, we're still friends. It's not gonna be awkward. And that's just the type of person I am, and those are the type of friends like I have as well. I don't know, some of them sort of like feel some type of way about me, like being very like to myself sometimes, but I think they've understood me now because they don't really complain about it much. And if they're watching this video, I love you guys. I think just be open with your friends and just speak to them and be like, friend, I really feel like you don't put in effort. I'm the one who's always asking to see you. I'm the one who's always checking up on you and all that stuff. And hopefully they will have a good response like, oh, I'm so sorry, it's because I'm busy. And hopefully you guys can come to a mutual agreement and understanding, because you don't want to be that person who's forcing other people now to like give you attention, and putting them in an uncomfortable position, because some people deal with things different ways. So you just want to reach like neutral ground. Ignobom is asking, what are your favorite lashes? My favorite lashes are definitely lashes from Shaped Cosmetics. Their lashes are really good. Where can I get that wavy short hair you have on? Does it come wavy or is it originally straight? Okay, that hair is I bought it at, opposite Universal Church in town, like in Joburg CBD. I purchased it from there, and the closure was from Ali Annabelle from AliExpress. It's a hair company on AliExpress, and the hair is naturally wavy, but the waves aren't as great as they look in the picture. So often when I am going to wear it, I do like loose curls on it. And Sharon made me the wig and she cut the bob for me. Who taught you, or where did you learn to do makeup, and was you not a makeup artist? How did you get the job? Zenny is asking. I've never been a MAC makeup artist. A lot of people think I've been a MAC makeup artist or I've worked at MAC. I've never ever worked at MAC. I was trained under MAC at Lysov. I studied makeup at Lysov. It's your girl Z is asking, is it Dugo? I'm a Xhosa. If you have, how many siblings do you have? Only saw your sister. Okay, it's Dugo Mafagu. How many siblings do I have? I have a baby sister. My mom just had a baby and she is 7 weeks now. And I had a younger brother from my dad's side. He was 10 and he passed away earlier this month. Yusuf James Makoloni said, beautiful, thank you. Ignobom asked, how's your acne keeping up? It's cleared up pretty well. I'm just when I go home, my skin becomes extremely congested and I usually break out. So right now, I just need to go in for a facial just to sort of like unclog my pores. How do you balance work and school? Natalie's asking this. I don't know how I balance it, in all honesty. It's still a lot for me. Like, I panic when I get extremely busy, and also when school is also demanding. Having your priorities in place is very important. I know that my degree is my priority. That is why I'm here. This is why I'm in Joburg, is to get my degree. I'm still in varsity. I cannot abandon that. So I need to make sure that I get all the work I need to do when I need to do it. And then if I set a day aside for filming, I need to be disciplined and know that on that day I'm filming, so that over the weekend I edit and I upload. So I think it's also about being disciplined. Have been a follower since your 20k. Thank you. How have you been able to be you and face the challenges before becoming who you are today? Spotlight definitely have some negative effects on some people, but how about you? I don't think I'm anywhere near where I want to be, so I definitely don't let the hype get to my head. I don't think too highly of myself. Like, obviously I know myself. You have to believe in yourself. you need to have some sense of self-love, as they would say, and I do have that. But at the same time, there is a certain place where I want to be, and I don't think I'm there as yet. So never let anything like the money or anything get to my head in order to stay focused. I know you recently found an apartment. What are some of your apartment hunting tips? You need to know what you're looking for. That way you will look until you get what you want. I knew I wanted a place with white walls, and I knew I wanted a place with good lighting. So knowing what you want, and also Property 24 and Private Property are probably the most reliable sites for looking for property. I don't know about Gumtree and all these other places. Hey, you can easily get scammed. What language would you like to be fluent in? I'm really bad with languages, to be quite honest. So I don't know what language I would like to be fluent in. If I were good at languages, I'd probably want to learn something like French or Portuguese, because it just sounds so, you know. Do you think you can dance? I know I cannot dance. House music or hip-hop? Definitely house. I love house music. What are your rules when you go out for shopping for clothes and accessories? You guys are asking the wrong person. I'll always tell myself that no, okay, I literally write a list on my phone of what I need. Like, I'll write a white vest, boyfriend jeans, black sneakers, but I always end up buying other things, guys. So honestly, this question is not for me. Why don't you do more collaborations on your channel? I mean, I can do collaborations, but I think the fact that a lot of South African YouTubers are not only YouTubers, like I'm not a full-time YouTuber as well. We don't really have that much time on our hands. Like when I collaborated with y'all's channel, we probably planned that collaboration in months in advance, and we were trying to collaborate, and something would come up, or she had to go out of the country, or this had to happen. So it's not easy. It's not that I don't want to work with other people. I mean, definitely, I do want to do collaborations. They're so much fun, but finding the time is really difficult. What's your staple skincare brand or brands? Are you into organic skincare? Organic skincare, I wouldn't really say I'm into organic skincare, but I do use a lot of natural products. And my staple is definitely my aloe vera gel from Forever Living. Would you ever do a boyfriend tag? Actually, I don't know. I don't think so. I honestly don't think so. Stacy is asking, what camera do you use to record your videos? Well, my tutorials, I use a Canon 800D, and then my vlogs, I use a Canon G7X Mark II. Igna Bam is asking, any major projects you're working on in 2018? Well, you know what? The year just started, and I've had a couple of meetings in terms of campaign proposals. But I don't want to speak on too much on what I'm doing, obviously, until it actually does happen. But I definitely do have some plans for 2018. How do you keep yourself grounded spiritually and mentally in the type of environment us as young women are exposed to? I think you need to be so invested in the person that you are, and you need to know yourself and know your worth and know your values and your morals, and then you won't easily be persuaded by every single thing else. And spiritually, you obviously need to constantly be working on your relationship with God. If you have a very strong family background, then that's definitely something that also should keep you grounded. You don't want to disappoint your family. That's something that really, really keeps me grounded. Is I do not want to disappoint my family. I don't want to disappoint my gran. I think that's one of my biggest fears, is disappointing my gran. So once you have that thing that sort of like keeps you grounded, keep that. Remember that. What's your biggest pet peeve when it comes to friendships? Who are your fashion inspirations, and how do you keep your confidence? In terms of my biggest pet peeve when it comes to friendships, I think friends who don't respect your beliefs or the type of person that you are. I think this will be the last question. How do I keep my confidence? Just love yourself, guys. The day you love yourself is when you will literally not be affected by anything. You literally won't be affected by anything. So that is how I keep myself confident. I still have a lot of questions here that I didn't answer, and I'm really sorry if I didn't get to answer your question. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and comment down below if you have any other questions that I did not answer, and I will see you guys next time.